Inflammation. Today we are going to discuss the chapter Inflammation. In our second year Bhms course, the pathology course is divided into two parts. It is the Patho 1 and the Patho 2. In Patho 1, it is again divided into two parts, that is general pathology and systemic pathology. And the second patho is also divided into two parts, microbiology and parasitology. So, the general pathology of the pathology 1 is what we are going to discuss here, that is inflammation. What is inflammation? Its definition, its etiology, its types and the signs of inflammation. That's all we are going to discuss here in this video. What do we know about inflammation? The local response of living mammalian tissue to injury from any agent. It is actually a defense mechanism to protect body from injuries and infections. It is actually a series of pathological changes which occurs, number 1, local vascular changes, number 2, that is the cellular response. Now moving on to the etiology of inflammation. There may be many etiologies of inflammation. Here we are going to discuss the four main etiologies, that are these four: the infective agent, tissue necrosis, immunological agents and inert materials. First, let's see about the infective agents. There can be divided into many infective agents or many more: fungi, bacteria, viruses and parasites. They are the chief infective agent which cause inflammation in our body. There can be many examples of it. You can take one example of bacteria, that is Staphylococcus aureus, and likewise for others. Now coming to tissue necrosis. Tissue necrosis, which is basically meant tissue or cell death. That means any inflammation which causes cell death. There can be many agents to cause this. The main cause can be the physical agents or the chemical agents. In physical agents, we can include the tissue necrosis from heat, from cold or from any mechanical injuries. But in chemical agent, we can include inorganic and organic agents. Now coming on to the immunological agents. This is the immunological agent that forms a dearrangement in our body's immune system, that can be in two parts, either cell mediated or antigen antibody reaction. And the last one is the inert material. There are some inert material present in our surrounding that can affect our body and cause inflammation. That can be foreign body, dirt and sutures or etc. There can be enormous things in our environment that can cause inflammation to our body. Now next we are going to see the signs of inflammation, or the 5 cardinal signs of inflammation, that is rubor, tumor, dolor, loss of function and calor. Let's discuss first one, that is rubor. What does rubor mean? Rubor basically means redness. So here in rubor we can see there is a congestion. And why does this congestion occur? This congestion occurs due to accumulation. Let me correct it. Due to accumulation of supply of blood. Due to the accumulation of supply of blood at a place of inflammation, we can see a redness in that area, because the more number of blood vessels, the more number of bloods are surrounded in the place of inflammation, the more red it will appear because of the hemoglobin present here. So the next sign for the cardinal sign of inflammation is the tumor. What does tumor mean? Tumor just means any swelling. Any swelling in the body is known as tumor. Tumor can be understood in this simple example. Here it is a blood vessel. We can see if anything obstructs a blood vessel and obstruct the flow, then the area which is affected first is congested. So there is many RBCs around. Due to congestion and immense amount of fluid present, there is a hydrostatic pressure increasing in the place of inflammation, due to which there is an outflow of the exudates into the interstitial space between the cells. The next inflammation cardinal sign is calor. What is calor? Calor basically means heat. So how is the place of inflammation produces heat? Let's see. In the place of inflammation, we can see there is accumulation of RBC or blood, and due to this we can see there is excessive, let me correct it, there is excessive function which creates, or you may say reaction, which creates exothermic reaction, due to which heat is liberated. So at the place of inflammation, due to the redness occurred due to RBC present, RBC accumulate at a place which cause excessive function and release an exothermic reaction, which in turn releases heat to that part of the body. Next cardinal sign of inflammation is dolor. Dolor. What do you mean by dolor? Dolor basically means pain. So any part of the body causes pain is known as dolor. So in inflammation, the part which is affected will be very sensitive to pain. Why? Let's see. Due to irritation of sensory nerves, which is transferred from the part inflamed from the nerves till it reaches our brain, and the moment it reaches our brain, it senses a sense of pain and we feel a reaction to the inflammation part, a pain sensation. A pain sensation. The next and the last cardinal sign is the loss of function. Loss of function. The part affected, as you can see in this diagram or a picture, has been a morbid condition of the functional cell, that is the parenchymatous cell. The parenchymatous cell. Example, as we can see in alveoli, of lungs. In pneumonia, the alveoli of the lungs is not able to work or function properly as it has lost its function. So, in conclusion, we can see in this example, like if a particular part of your body is injured, the part is first invaded by accumulation of RBC or blood cell which shows its redness, that is rubor, and you will see a heat in the particular part because of the accumulation of blood and the exothermic reaction, that is rubor and calor. And then next we will see an inflamed part in the part of the affected area, so that is the third one of cardinal sign, tumor. And the fourth one of the cardinal sign is the sensation of pain in the place of the inflammation or affected part. And the last is the loss of function. So thus the part which was affected has lost its function which was before it was affected. So in this way we can conclude our 5 cardinal sign of inflammation. So next we are going to discuss the types of inflammation. There are basically 2 types of inflammation, the acute inflammation and the chronic inflammation. These 2 inflammation we are going to study in our next video in further weeks. Till then, thank you.